Hello everyone. In this session we are going to see about B-spline curve. So B-spline curve provides local control of the curve shape. So Bezier curves, in the previous video we had seen that Bezier curves provides global control of the curve shape. Here B-spline curves provides local control, not global control, which means it does not depends upon any control points, and so there will be no change in the degree of the curve when the control points are increased or decreased. So it also provides the ability to add control points without increasing the degree of the curve. And also in this B-spline curve, it has the ability to interpolate or approximate a set of given data points, which means a curve can be drawn or represented or defined by both interpolation technique as well as approximation techniques. And so the B-spline curve function is given by P of u is equal to summation of limit I is equal to 0 to n P of I n of I comma k of u. Here u is nothing but parameter and n of I comma k is nothing but B-spline basis function. Okay, and the parameters limit is 0 to u max or n minus k plus 2. K is nothing but the order of the curve, which means a curve can be subdivided into number of curves and each curve should be consist of minimum 3 points, that is k is the order and the order value should be 2 less than or equal to k less than or equal to n plus 1. N plus 1 is nothing but control points. So n is the degree of the polynomial. So the form of a B-spline curve is very similar to that of Bezier curve. So unlike a Bezier curve, a B-spline curve involves more information. A set of n plus 1 control points, a knot vector of m plus 1 knots and a degree polynomial. Here m is nothing but knots. So each span of curve which is subdivided from a large curve considered as knot span or knots. So that is represented as m and n plus 1 control points. If there are 7 control points, then the degree of polynomial will be 6. N is equal to 6. Given n plus 1 control points p0, p1 to pn, a knot vector of u is equal to u0, un to um. The B-spline curve of degree polynomial defined by the control points and knot vector, which is nothing but B-spline curve is represented by these control points, knot vector and degree polynomial. So the knot points divide a B-spline curve into curve segments, each of which is defined as a knot span. As I said already in the previous slide, a knot span is nothing but the subdivided large curve, which means a 3 points can group to form a curve or knot, and number of points like n number of points can able to form a curve. So knot points divides B-spline curve into curve segments. So here the curve segments have 3 control points. So 3 control points made a single curve. So all this number of curves can be framed by these control points. The degree of Bezier basis function depends on the number of control points. So in the previous video, Bezier curves depends on only the number of control points. Here B-spline does not depend upon number of control points. So in order to change the shape of the B-spline curve, we can able to modify the control points or position of knots or the degree of curve. By these 3 parameters we can able to change the shape of the B-spline curve. If the knot vector does not have any particular structure, the generator curve will not touch the first and last legs of the control polyline. So in this figure we can able to see that the first point and the last point does not touch the control points, first and the last control points, as because of it does not have particular structure, and this type of curve representation is known as open B-spline curves. Here the order k depends on 2 less than or equal to k less than or equal to n plus 1. N plus 1 is nothing but control points. So what are the properties of B-spline curve? So B-spline curve, the partition of unity, which is nothing but the value will be 1, and the positivity, which is nothing but greater than or equal to 0, and then the local support, the parameter limiting function will be u less than or equal to not equal to ui comma k plus 1, and then continuity. So the continuous order of continuity depends upon k minus 2 times continuously differentiable. If the order of the curve will be 3, then 3 minus 2, which is 1 so time the B-spline curve will be differentiable. Has also the property of recursion. Recursion is nothing but, here if the k value is 2, then it will be stated as linear, and the k will be 3, it will be quadratic, and k will be 4, it will be cubic function. So if a curve is represented by 7 control points, say for example 7 control points, then the n value will be 6. So number of control points minus 1 value will be 1 will be n. So n will be 6, and this 7 control points, the curves framed will be 5 segments. Each segment will have 3 control points. So it can be represented as cubic function. So the major 3 properties of B-spline curves, and these among 3 properties, 2 properties also useful to notice the Bernstein polynomial, which is nothing but the B-spline curve representation. So what are the 3 properties? The first property ensures that the relation between the curve and its defining control point is invariant under affine transformation. So the first property is nothing but the relationship between the curve and its control points. Say for example P0, P1 and P2, which forms a curve. So this is the curve, and its control points, defining control points are P0, P1 and P2, is invariant under affine transformation. So if the P1 value will be to this, from this point to this point, the curve will only change from this point. So it can be visually given in this example P3. The second property guarantees that the curve segment lies completely within the convex hull of Pi. Convex hull of Pi is nothing but, say for example, from this point to this point, this is known as convex hull. So all the curves are inside this convex hull, which does not goes outside the convex hull, and so it is named as approximation curve representation. The third property indicates that each segment of a B-spline curve is influenced by only k control points, or each control point affects only k curve segment, which is nothing but if P0, P1 and P2 are the control points for this curve, then these 3 points only defines the shape of this curve, or this shape of the curve from P0, P1, P2 can be modified only by these 3 points. So consider in this case P3 point, that is P2, P3, P4. This is the normal curve. If this P3 point is translated to this point, then the curve normally like this will be changed to like this. Remaining of the portion will be same. And if this point to this point, that is P3 is translated to this point, then the normal curve, this curve can be transformed to this. From this curve to this, and P4 to P5, P6 remains the same. Only the change of transformation available only in P2, P3 and P4. If the point P3 is changed to this, then the curve will be like this, and from P3 to P3 double star, then the curve will be like this. So it is useful to notice that the Bernstein polynomial has the same first two properties mentioned above. That is, this first property and the second property. Curve and controlling points is invariant under affine transformation, and the second point is nothing but the curve segment lies only the convex hull. If the change of the position from P3 to P3 star or P3 to P3 double star, then the curve will not go outside this hull, which is nothing but convex hull. These two properties also included in the Bernstein polynomial, which defines the Bezier curve representation. So thank you, and end of this session. In the next session we will see about solid modeling and constructive solid geometry. Thank you.